Before we get into the video, if you want your comment to be featured in the next episode and in the next video, then make sure to leave a comment down below replying to this question. I don't know why I keep doing this. What Roblox game are you currently addicted to right now? And also don't forget to like the video, because it does help support the channel. Thanks. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to take a bit of a detour from the normal kind of content that I make on this channel, and I'm going to be giving a list of my top 5 favorite games and the top 5 games that I think are the best on Roblox as of May? Is it May? I think it's May. May of 2021. You know, when you're a hermit stuck in a basement all day, you kind of lose track of time. Since Roblox is a massive platform with so many epic games on it, this was a hard list to make. And with awesome games coming out almost monthly, this list will almost certainly be subject to change here in the future. One more thing before we start this list, I would like to say that I am not going to be including Dungeon Quest on this list because you already know what ranking that game would be on. Not like 90% of my videos are Dungeon Quest or anything. Totally not. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's begin our list. Starting off with number 5. Starting our list off at number 5, we have a Roblox game that has been on the platform for over 10 years. I remember when I came back to the platform after a long hiatus back in 2015. I played this game with a bunch of real-life friends in a public library. You know, looking back at it, playing a horror game in the middle of a public library, yeah, don't do that, kids. Starting off our list at number 5, we have Stop It Slender. For those of you that don't know, Stop It Slender is a party-based horror game that can be played with others. Players can either play as civilians or the Slender Man himself. The objective of the game depends on who you are playing as. If you are playing as a civilian, your objective is to collect all 8 pages scattered throughout the map, all while avoiding both Slender Man and the proxy. If you look at or touch Mr. Long Tentacle Man himself or the proxy, you start to take damage. And when your damage and your health reach 0, you die. And as the Slender Man and the proxy, it is your objective to take care and kill of all of the civilians, depending on how many there are. Depends on how many players you have. Now, I'm not gonna go into full detail about this game, because really, it's much more fun if you experience the game for yourself. But with that being said, Stop It Slender is on my number 5 spot. If you want to check out any of these games, I'll leave links to each of the games down below in the description of this video. Moving on to my number 4 spot, we have a game that is very different from the last game that I talked about on this list. And that game is Quarantine Z. Now, what is Quarantine Z? It's simple. Quarantine Z is a zombie survival game similar to games like DayZ. In this game, players can form squads, they can build bases, and they can even fight other players and zombies in this game. And the objective really is to just go around and do whatever the heck you want to in this world. You can do all that while farming a massive map full of other survivors, zombies, and loot. Unfortunately, other than that, there really isn't too much to talk about this game, since the zombies were actually removed a little while ago due to glitches. But if you can look past those few kinda small glitches in the game and some of the very small bugs that it has, Quarantine Z is a super fun game. And thus, that puts it at my number 4 spot. Coming in at my number 3 spot is a game that you're probably gonna be kinda surprised of. Kinda surprised of. And that is Flee the Facility. Flee the Facility is a game on Roblox that can be played with up to 5 people, or if you're counting yourself as well. And this game is very similar to Stop It Slender, but without a lot of the horror elements that Stop It Slender actually has. In Flee the Facility, there are 2 objectives in the game that really it depends on what role you are given. You can either be the beast, or you can be the civilians. The objective as a civilian is to do exactly as the game's title tells you to do. Stop it, Slender, wait. Flee the facility. You can do this by using your mad hacking skills and hacking all of the computers that are scattered throughout the facility, and then escaping through one of the exits located on the map. As the beast, however, it is your job to do the exact opposite of that, and it is your job to stop the civilians from escaping the facility. Now, you've probably already played this game, and you know very well what I'm talking about, but you haven't, definitely try it out because it is a lot of fun. And with that, it is my number 3 game on this list. Oh, and one more thing, if you do play this game and you become the beast, don't puppy guard, ya noob. Moving on to my number 2 spot, we have Tower Defense Simulator. Tower Defense Simulator is a game on Roblox that you can play with up to 5 other players. The objective of this game is to defend your base from oncoming hordes of zombies that all walk along a very straight path, which is very strange for zombies. I don't know about y'all. And the way you do that is by using various towers that you can buy from the shop, which you can get by getting more gold and, you know, just playing the game more instead of being like a rich person and buying the gold. But seriously though, you'll probably be getting the towers if you decide to play this game by just playing the game more and getting gold. In Tower Defense Simulator, there are 3 difficulties along with a ton of maps to play on. Even though there are 3 difficulties and there are a bunch of maps to play on, the game is still very simple to play and honestly is one of my favorite games of all time, considering it's on my number 2 spot. But with that being said, that is my number 2 spot. Tower Defense Simulator. Before I continue on to my number 1 pick, I would like to give a couple of honorable mentions of games that I do like to play on Roblox, but aren't really among my top 5. I'd say among my top 10, I'd say. And finally, for my number 1 pick, for the top 5 best games on Roblox, in my opinion, we have Arsenal. Yeah, I know, this is a cliche choice, but it's just so much fun. If you can ignore the very toxic community behind Arsenal, I think you will have a bunch of fun playing this game if you haven't played it already. Arsenal is a first-person shooter that features a vast selection of game modes and maps for players to play on. While there are many game modes, the one that you probably will be encountering the most is a game mode known simply as Standard. In the Standard game mode, it is your objective to get a kill with every single weapon to be able to get a gold version of your melee weapon that you have. Then after you get said golden melee version of your weapon, you then have to get a kill with that in order to win the game. I wasn't kidding when I said every weapon. The weapons that you are given throughout the round are completely random. You don't know what you're going to be getting in the next round. You could get a shotgun. You could get a DMR. You could also get a banana pistol that has a single shot, but for some reason the banana is a freaking explosive. Yeah, that's a weapon. Personally, I enjoy Arsenal a lot more than other first-person shooter games on the platform, and that is mainly due to the fact that the game has a little bit more of a goofier and kind of lighthearted feel than other games such as Phantom Forces and even Energy Assault that I've played on this channel before. Even though I do enjoy Arsenal a lot, rage is inevitable, but only a little bit. Stop moving! Right? Alright, it's time to feature the reply from the last video. If you want a chance to be featured in the next video, then make sure to drop a comment down below replying to the question that I gave at the beginning of this video. The question from the last week was, what is your favorite dungeon inside of Dungeon Quest? And the responses to be featured are right here. Thanks to everyone that commented. I did read every single one of them, so these responses were the ones that I picked. All right, if you guys like this video and you want to see more like it, then make sure to click one of the videos on screen right now. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end. Thanks for watching, and remember, Salty Crew, don't get salty, you.